it was nice to see Wesley Snipes not be hateable.
He was hilarious in this movie.
He was really good. See what you get when you pay your taxes?
Yeah. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 26.
Got it right, 26.
Oh, straight to series.
I got that right too.
Oh yeah, this is going great so far.
Patronizing much?
Will we kill it? Will we end it there? End it there? It's
End on the
perfect.
top. End on the top. That's
end
how
on the
I
high.
always wanted to go out on the top.
Me too. I never get to be on top. My name's Connor,
I mean,
and welcome.
and I'm
to...
also awkward now. I feel uncomfortable.
That was my intention. Welcome to Straight to Series, everybody. Check us out on Facebook,
Mainly Instagram. We're on Twitter.
Ian does work on Instagram.
I do work on
and
Instagram.
you should all appreciate it.
And I also argue with people on Instagram.
He does. And
you should appreciate that too.
maybe if one of you want to go on there, you can have a...
And do you know what annoys me? People keep coming at me,
Yeah.
and I hit them down,
Yeah.
and they don't come at me again.
No, that is annoying.
You know, because you want a bit of a tasty argument.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
Maybe that's why we keep losing viewers.
Maybe.
I need to look into that. I need to start monitoring what you're saying.
I'm just gonna apologize right now.
We're gonna have a lot of, like, when we get famous, because that's inevitably gonna happen. Where there's going to be a lot of apology videos, I imagine,
Yeah.
in your future.
There's like people just tweeting going, well, you know, I just don't agree with your view on Joker. And I'm like, well, fuck you then, you pussy. Like, whoa, okay.
I'd like to apologize to FartHuffer69.
Fartover.
Yeah, I called you a worthless waste of space for saying that you like Jared Leto's interpretation of the Joker.
Well, you know, when you give me context like that, I don't apologize.
I realize now that my comments may have been harsh, but my opinion remains the same.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Mm-hmm. That's how you apologize without apologizing.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Like Trump.
Like Trump, I don't think he even broaches the idea of apologizing.
Yeah. Anyway.
Let's start with what we always start with. Box office.
Box office.
This is where we turn to the numbers, man. Ian.
Hell yeah, baby.
Hell yeah.
So Joker. Oh, it's just there. It's just there.
Oh, so close.
We're so close. 994 million. It's going to make $1 billion. By the time people listen to this, it will have made $1 billion.
That's awesome.
This weekend, it's making $1 billion.
Very
it's
exciting.
Friday when we are recording this. So,
yeah,
it'll definitely be $1 billion. I say by Saturday.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe Friday estimates when they come out.
Oh,
it's going to be $1 billion, baby.
That is awesome. As you know, we like to have a horse in the race whenever we...
And Joker was a big horse for us.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed its journey.
Me too.
I've actually really enjoyed its journey. And I enjoyed being wrong. Because my mate was like, imagine if it made $1 billion. I'm like, it cost $55 million to make. Relax.
I was literally in the car and your mate was like, imagine if it made $1 billion, and you laughed.
Yeah. But the whole thing was like, people get obsessed with movies making $1 billion now.
Yeah.
Well, Aquaman made $1 billion, so like this needs to make $1 billion. Like, it doesn't even need to come close to that
to be a huge success.
If it makes over 500 million, which it did, obviously.
Yeah.
It's a huge success.
Well, Todd Phillips has said that if he gets a good story, he'd be up for directing a sequel already,
Is that him
right?
just negotiating.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Send me the right numbers and I'll write a script.
Exactly. Well, we were talking about it before, and we were saying that, like, that's how we'll know if they say they make a sequel. That's how we'll know if it's not good.
Yeah.
He'll be like, you know, there'll be a question interview where we're like, did you get the script that you wanted? And he'd be like, the script we have is very interesting, and it
explores some interesting topics,
and that's where you know it's been fucked.
Yeah, it's been fucked.
I still don't know if I want a sequel.
I want a sequel, but I want to not want it.
Yeah, me too.
You know what? I'm too weak. I want a sequel. I do want a sequel. Like, that's just me being greedy.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I want to see it again.
I'm just so happy with everything that, like, where the first one left off.
Totally. I totally agree with you. And I wish I was a better person. But I'm not. I had this conversation with my mate where I was like, where he was just like, I want to see another one. I'm like, I want to see another one, but I don't want me to want to see another one.
See, after seeing it, I was in your position where I was like, man, I really shouldn't, but I do want a sequel. And now that I've seen other theories and we had that episode and I've read so much other stuff that I didn't notice.
Yeah, we did an entire episode dedicated to the movie.
You should check it out if you haven't
really
already.
Good.
And if you have already, check it out again.
Yeah.
Well, is it going to hurt you? No. Check it out again.
Double up on it.
Double up on it, baby. Yeah, so after we've done all that stuff and I've seen theories online and everything, I don't want any questions about that movie answered.
It's in a nice place.
It is.
And I still want to see another one.
Yeah,
I can't help it. I can't help it. But I do understand that that's the wrong way to look at it, because it is. It's a nice ending. It's.
But then even some stuff like throughout the movie, if a sequel happens, it diminishes some of the great questions that you ask yourself at the end.
Yep, definitely. I still want it. I can't help it. And Warner Brothers wants it. They don't give a shit.
They do.
They don't give a shit. They're just like, come on.
They're scratching. Todd, come out and play.
Joaquin Phoenix, like, what are they offering him?
Oh man, anything and everything.
Anything and everything.
We'll fix your hair lip.
Yeah.
Just come and work for us again, please. He wants to.
Leave his lip alone.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It gives him character.
Yeah, it does that to him. Does he have it in Gladiator?
Yeah, he does. Because he has it in every movie.
I know he does, but just in Gladiator, I feel like he's
a pretty boy in it, isn't he?
Yeah, he looks perfect.
Yeah, but he does have the scar. Yeah. He does, which probably his only blemish in it.
Probably
gives him character. Anyway, Joker's about to make $1 billion.
Thank God,
and it's amazing. And Terminator Dark Fate is crying in the corner, and then in the other corner is Gemini Man also crying.
Ooh, what about Midway?
Midway is not doing great, but it fucking beat Dr. Sleep.
Oh, that's a shame.
What's wrong with you?
Go see Dr. Sleep, please.
Dr. Sleep's after bombing.
Such a shame.
I have it here that it costs like 45 to 55 million. That's I couldn't get an exact number, but it costs between 45 and 55 million to make, and it's on 40 million. But look at in America, it's made 18 meager million.
So it's terrible.
It's really bad.
Also, I just for some behind the scenes stuff, we always used to go to Box Office Mojo before this. Whatever they've done to their website now, terrible.
IMDb bought it. That's what happened.
Is that what happened?
That's what happened. So now there's loads of things behind paywalls.
Oh.
So you can't go I can't just go Doctor Sleep franchise, which you usually be able to do, and it would have the Shining and Doctor Sleep's numbers over each other. And same with DC. Like, you used to be able to just go. I could go to Joker. I could go to all comic book movies. I could go to just DC movies as well. And you can't do any of that now. So you'd have to write it down yourself. You'd have to go into each individual movie.
None of you are probably interested in that, but it really pissed us off when we saw that.
Oh my god!
I know Ian is struggling.
I tweeted the fuck out of them. Honestly, there was loads of trolls on it. Well, not trolling, like they were trolling people that were using the website really by fucking with it. Now they have a worldwide section, which they didn't.
At least
they didn't though. Originally.
Actually, what movie were we trying to find the worldwide for initially?
I think it was Joker, because this happened around 4 weeks ago, and we were like, "What the fuck? Where's it all gone?
What has happened to this website?
Where's all the options gone?" Oh. So but unfortunately, Doctor Sleep it's not doing well. Midway beat it, and now Midway looks shocking.
Terrible.
Looks terrible.
Terrible.
Exploiting Veterans Day.
Yeah, someone told me recently that they were like, Midway looks good, and I'm like, it doesn't. Watch it again.
Oh, slap that person.
Watch the trailer again.
Woman or child.
Just smack them. Don't go see Midway, people. It's Pearl Harbor, but not in 2004.
I know. Yeah. We haven't even seen it. So.
No, we haven't even seen it. I just know.
When the trailer looks that bad though, and the CGI, it's just a big bowl of terrible CGI.
Yeah, it's just you sometimes you just look at something and you know trash. That's what you think.
And it's not even trying to be more than trash.
No,
that's the thing. Even though it does think it's better than trash, because it came out on Veterans Day.
I mean, it's as an exploitative as you get, coming out on Veterans Day, being about this massive, huge battle.
I know.
It's just.
And it was directed by the guy who did Independence Day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, more importantly, Independence Day 2.
Yeah, a movie he has come out and said he shouldn't have done.
Roland Emmerich,
yeah. Nice.
Yeah, he also did 2012.
Oh, yeah, I saw that movie.
Yeah, me too.
Against my will.
Yeah, John Cusack.
Yeah, John
driving
a limo.
Driving a limo
against a flood.
Through a flood, through an earthquake, through
everything.
a tornado.
Man, that movie, when they revealed that they had arcs this entire time preparing for that, is that at the end of that movie?
Yeah, that's what. Woody Harrelson plays like some stoner.
Yeah.
What is he? He's like almost like a podcaster.
Yeah.
You know, where he's revealing all the secrets and.
I'm just like, I was watching that movie and I'm like, this movie jumped a
Conspiracy
shark.
theorist. That's what he is. He's a stoner conspiracy theorist.
One of those guys who was looking to raid Area 51. One of those guys.
Just look into it.
Yeah.
Just look into it. You haven't looked into it yet.
The truth is out there. An Alex Jones type figure.
Yeah, exactly.
Truth is out there. Yeah.
That's a shocking movie. Well, this guy's now making movies about wars like that really happened. It's just
terrible.
after Pearl Harbor, isn't it? It's the events that happened after Pearl Harbor. I haven't even looked into it. It just looks so bad.
I don't think it's right after Pearl Harbor.
Really?
I don't think so. I think it's 43. I could be wrong though.
Either way, Nick Jonas has a delightful mustache, and that's the only reason I'd go see it.
He's a lot of handsome boys in this movie. A lot of very handsome boys.
I cannot believe Midway beat Dr. Sleep. Though.
It's a travesty. Yeah. I watched a video, by the way, recently about Pearl Harbor.
The movie?
Yeah, the movie Pearl Harbor. You
should specify.
A lot of funny stuff happened on the set. Like, it's a Michael Bay movie, so you can imagine what Michael Bay's like on set. Okay. He intended.
I don't even have to imagine. I've seen many scenes.
Yeah, you know.
Or clips of him behind the scenes. There's a robot. There's a robot. It's the big transformer. Act scared.
So for Pearl Harbor, he was going to make it. The whole point was to make it an homage to films of the 50s. So he was going to try and shoot in that style and make it really feel like that. He was going
but with sparks.
He wasn't going to do any of it. He was like, I'm not going to use any of my bag of tricks or whatever.
Okay.
And then the first day of set, he changed his mind. he was like, I can't do it like that. I really can't.
We need more Bayhem. We need more Bayhem.
On the first day of set, right? Whenever you film in Hawaii, there's this ceremony that has to go on, and like they kind of bless the cast and crew and everything, and it's a good luck thing.
Yeah.
If you're filming in Hawaii, it's just something you do, you know?
Okay.
And Michael Bay was told it was going to take 45 minutes. It took 3 hours. Apparently, he was furious. He was so angry. It took 3 hours. Like,
amazing. I just love it.
On the set, he decided he wanted to take it slow. You know, do it really nice.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have the ceremony at the beginning to bless everyone. That's gonna put everyone in a good mood. Took 3 hours extra. Started shooting. Realized he didn't like any of these techniques. He was not having a good day first day on set.
Can you imagine him even struggling with that? Where he's like, "Well, we'll just frame the scene and explosion." Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Sorry.
That's just involuntary reaction there. Sorry. And then we're gonna go and we're gonna look intensely at Ben Affleck's eyes, and then they fucking fuck. Oh, sorry. That was explosion.
I imagine it's like in Always Sunny, you know, when Charlie is.
There's not enough green screen.
Yeah. Where's the green?
Where's the green?
Yeah. Where's the green? Optimus.
This was even before he did.
Mr. Bay, you haven't made those movies yet. Optimus. Where's Peter Weller? Peter Cullen. Damn it! We had this thing earlier.
Yeah.
It's like that thing in Always Sunny, you know, when Charlie and Dee have that day out and he's like ordering the chicken sandwich. And he's like, I think I'm gonna get the beak on the side this time. And she's like, just don't order beak.
Just don't order beak.
Just don't order beak. And the waitress comes up. He's like, beak. Beak. He just wants to. He just can't hold it in.
Can you imagine even the cast being like, wow,
Yeah.
this is a different Michael Bay.
Yeah.
I'm loving this. This is going to be great. Ben Affleck's like, you know, all that Bennifer thing going on with him and
That's where they
J-Lo
met.
and all.
Him and Jennifer Garner met on the set of Pearl Harbor.
Oh shit!
Yeah, there you go. But apparently Michael Bay did not get on with Josh Hartnett. Did not like his approach to acting at all. At one stage, he caught Josh Hartnett smiling on film, and he was like, "Oh, somebody send that to Industrial Light and Magic and put it in the scenes," because he was like Josh Hartnett. He just did not like his approach to acting. He wasn't. Josh Hartnett was trying to take it seriously and be dramatic and everything, and Michael Bay did not appreciate that at all.
So you want to give respect to the people who died during Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, I know. Bit of reverence. Whatever.
Who signed off on Michael Bay to do that in the first place? Well, he did Bad Boys. He did Armageddon. We should get him to do Pearl Harbor.
We should get him to do Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, he'd be great.
That
he'd be
movie.
great.
Anyway,
I want to close my eyes. Great song though.
You know,
for a movie.
It is. That is a good song. But essentially, Michael Bay saw Titanic and went, "I could do that.
I could do that. Yeah.
I could do that, but better.
I could do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Give me some green screens.
Anyway, Midway's terrible.
Yeah. We haven't even seen it.
Haven't even
Watch
seen
the
it.
trailer.
We just know.
watch the trailer.
Just watch the trailer. You know.
I'm so unhappy. I'm so sour that Dr. Sleep tanked. Like, it really tanked. And we only talked about this in the last episode. Like, we watched the movie. Now, I'm not going to say, like, it didn't change my life or anything like that. But you could just see that there was attention to detail, and they really tried to make something that was respectful to Stanley Kubrick's legacy.
And the book. It deserves more.
Yeah. Anyway.
What
Will
can
we
you
move
do?
on to reviews, because we're just getting unhappy?
We're just going to get unhappy. We will do another box office check-in next week, and Joker will have made $1 billion.
It will have made $1 billion. And that's the straight to series stamp right there.
Straight to series. Boom. Absolutely going to happen.
Promise.
I'm enjoying our Joker check-ins more than I was our Endgame check-ins. I
know. Well, that's because we're like, well, Endgame's going to make all the money in the world.
Yeah.
Like, clearly it's going to make all the money in the world. Where Joker is like, it's got all these disabilities, you could almost say. It was like, oh, it's R-rated, can't make $1 billion.
There's all this controversy, probably won't make $1 billion.
It's not getting released in China. Can't make $1 billion. It's about a psychopathic
killer clown
with mental illness troubles. You're like, well,
can't make $1
billion.
But look at it
make $1 billion. Watch it make $1 billion.
Wow. It's impressive to say the least.
Baskin, it's reverent. Anyway,
all hail Joaquin.
Yeah, Joaquin. He's like my favorite actor all of a sudden. I know he's always been good, but it's funny when he does like an IP that you're interested in as well. You're like, oh my god, he makes it so much better.
There are a few actors whose careers I always follow, and they always put a smile on my face, like Ryan Reynolds and John Krasinski. Whenever I hear anything about them or what they're doing, I'm always like, oh, that's cool. I can't wait to see that, you know?
Ryan Reynolds even more so because he turned it around, where he's just becoming that kind of doofus stud who just jokes, and he's in bad rom-coms.
Totally.
You know, same with Chris Evans in many ways.
Chris Evans, yeah. Anytime I see Chris Evans in something, I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's Chris Evans.
Yeah.
It's Cap.
It's Cap, yeah, exactly. I hate in comments on YouTube and everything, everyone's like, in the Knives Out trailer, where Cap swears, and everyone is, oh, Captain America said a bad word in this. Harumph. Get it? Language. Remember? I hate all that shit. I'm like, he's an actor.
Yeah, there's the door.
There's the door, people. Robert Downey Jr. is another one. Whenever he does something, I'm like interested.
I know, yeah.
Even though Doolittle looks terrible.
It does look bad.
Yeah.
It looks bad. And that trailer looks like it's hiding a bad movie as well.
Yeah, it does.
A Dr. Doolittle that costs like $175 million to make. You're like,
what are you hiding, Doolittle?
It's Iron Man, but he speaks to animals.
Yeah, it's so weird.
That's what it is. Like, literally, that's what it is.
He even has a metal suit. Doesn't he have like the diving suit on it?
Oh, does he?
Stage?
I can't. Man, that went in and out.
Yeah,
that podcast, like, that was like Chinese food to me.
Do you think when he talks to one of the animals, he goes like his blasters thing? You know, that's how he talks to someone. No, yes,
let's move on to the review.
Yeah, let's move on. We've no movie reviews this week.
No, but we have a serious review.
A very serious review.
The biggest TV series of this year, I'd imagine. Most anticipated.
Did Game of Thrones end this year?
It did, didn't it? But my love of Game of Thrones ended this year as well, you know?
The Mandalorian is what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen.
The first Star Wars TV series.
Yeah, coming out with the release of the Disney
first
Plus.
Live action, I should
first live
specify.
Action. Yes, of course.
Clone Wars and the Resistance and all that.
Very good, very good. Clone Wars, very good show. Dave Filoni, who did the Clone Wars and Rebels and all that, is involved in The Mandalorian.
He just directed the first episode.
Yeah.
And he returns for another episode as well.
He does. But yeah, it's the first live action Star Wars TV series we've got officially. So much big names behind it. Jon Favreau, George Lucas came in to insult, Taika Waititi,
Pedro Pascal, Nick
Nolte's, and just in the first episode, Bill Burr, Werner Herzog, Carl Weathers.
And he's going to direct an episode next season as well.
Did you like? This is a minor spoiler for. Did you like where Carl Weathers' character negotiates, and did it remind you of Arrested Development?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's like trying to negotiate. I just feel like someone's gonna walk by with a plate of scraps, and he's like, "Hold on." There.
Yeah, you make a stew out of this.
you put that in a pot, boil it up, baby. You got a stew going. I love that. You know, that's apparently based on him in real life.
He's supposed to be a cheapskate in real life?
He's a real cheapskate, yeah.
Well, obviously he's good fun if he's making fun of himself.
Yeah, at least he understands that, you know?
Yeah.
But, I got a big kick out of this first episode. Really enjoyed it.
I got a kick.
Yeah.
But not a bad one.
No, and apparently the second episode, which we wanted to watch before this, but technical difficulties kept us in the way.
So Disney Plus has arrived.
Yeah.
For America, Canada, and I think the Netherlands.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah. We tried to sign up with a VPN.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
So, yeah, and in case anyone doesn't realize, we're in Ireland.
Yeah.
We're not getting it till March.
Which is too long.
It's way too long because The Mandalorian's going to be done. They'll be probably advertised in season 2 by the time it comes out.
Yeah, and I can't wait that long.
Season 2 will probably finish filming because it started filming October this year. So by the time we get The Mandalorian episode 1 officially in Ireland, I bet The Mandalorian season 2 has finished filming.
Yeah.
Like, that's way too late.
Way too late.
And here's the thing, like, when Disney advertises, it never goes, oh, it's coming out November 12th in America and Canada and the Netherlands.
Yeah, exactly.
So loads of people thought, loads of people in our work, we work together, and loads of people thought they were getting Disney Plus on November 12th.
So shit.
And when it first was announced, I was like, oh, well, clearly it's Disney, worldwide, massive corporation. We're getting it November 12th. And then after a month, I was like, I haven't really seen anything official about Ireland or England. Because usually if England's getting it, the UK's getting it.
We normally get lumped in with the UK, basically.
Yeah. And UK's not getting it either.
No. It's really annoying. Like, super frustrating. I'd gladly pay for Disney Plus.
Me too.
No problem. I really want it just for The Mandalorian.
Just to watch it in 4K.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be, I think most of their shows are going to be filmed in 4K and they're going to stream on 4K.
Which
is 4K.
Awesome.
Yeah,
but
that's brilliant.
Yeah, we don't have Disney Plus, but we've seen the first episode.
Yeah.
Infer from that what you will.
Yeah, magic.
Magic, yeah.
We use the Force.
We use the Force. The Force is
of
with
the
us.
internet.
I am one with the Force. The Force is with me. Do you remember that character's name?
Force be with you.
Thank you. Okay.
And also with you.
Yeah, I really loved it. Now, I am a huge Star Wars fan. I know so much lore and just useless Star Wars information.
To me, your opinion means more than mine because I know how much you appreciate Star Wars in general, the whole universe, the whole franchise.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm like, well, I didn't love it, but now, like, when I get your opinion, I get to hear from a true Star Wars fanatic, like, what they thought of it.
Whenever I watched it, I'm like, as I was going through, I was like, oh, that's the species who rats out the Millennium Falcon in A New Hope.
I take everything back. I was about to say,
Jesus.
Oh my god,
couldn't remember the name of the first Star Wars film. No, it's like I'm looking at someone. I'm like, that's a species
pretty sure it's called Star Wars 1.
Star Wars 1. That's true.
Actually, is it officially called A New Hope? Because
now
in certain things, that was afterwards, though, wasn't it? Like, it went back.
It was just called Star Wars, and then afterwards it was A New Hope. Yeah. But no, when I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, that's the species that rats out the Millennium Falcon in A New Hope to the Empire, or that's Jabba's jester. You know, the little weird guy getting roasted on a spit and everything. Like, I'm looking at all that stuff, and when they're talking about, like, you know, no spoiler, it's the Mandalorian. They get into some Mandalorian lore. I'm like, oh, that's cool. So that's what happened.
Yep.
Oh, they're referencing this, and they're talking about, like, all these other things. Like,
you know, even as an kind of educated Star Wars fan, I was saying to you, I'm more of a fan of movies.
Yeah.
So I enjoy the Star Wars movies, but I just don't know enough about them. Like, I wouldn't be able to name, that planet and this species and all like that. But I make empty connections because I know when they give it, when they give a little bit of information where you're like, that connects to something. I just don't know what it connects to.
Yeah.
I get that a lot out of the first episode of The Mandalorian, where I'm like, I know that connects to something. When they give some sort of information where you're like, I should be making connections. They do it in Marvel all the time.
Absolutely.
Where I'm like, I know that fans are going to be like,
But, like, I'm watching it and I'm like, this is how nerdy it gets. When I look at the Mandalorian's design, I'm like, oh, he's using traditional Mandalorian gauntlets, not like the ones Boba Fett have with a rocket launcher on it. Like, that's the type of stuff I'm looking at when I see this.
Okay, then.
Yeah, exactly. And then, like,
where I'm busy crushing pussy.
Yeah, exactly. This is what we said. I'm sitting at home. Not now. I'm watching The Mandalorian for the 5th time. Yeah. You know? I said it to my girlfriend.
How many times did you watch it?
Twice.
Yeah.
I said it to my girlfriend. I was like, she was like, what did you do today? And I was like, oh, I checked out that new Star Wars show. And she's like, you're a nerd. You're such a nerd. And I was like, yeah, I know, but I love it. Yeah. And then she was like, I don't understand. I'm like, you love Harry Potter. Get over it. Which she does. She was like, it's not the same. I'm like, it's the exact same thing.
type of love.
Same type of love, and I love Harry Potter as well. So,
do you ever try to talk to her about things like Star Wars? Because I've had so many conversations where I'm just talking to the wall, and I'm kind of okay with it sometimes.
Yeah, me too.
Just want to let it out.
Yeah. Sometimes she'll be like, stop talking about it, and I'll just be going. I'll just be like, and he had traditional.
Let me finish.
And he had traditional Mandalorian gauntlets, and I just thought that was so cool. And she's like, why are you still talking? I'm going to hang up on you.
I know.
And I'm just like going on and on and on.
Let me finish.
Let me finish. But that's what we should say about the show: the set design, the creature design, all the props and everything. So cool.
And that's why I want to see it in 4K. I don't think I got the full immersive experience because of that. Like.
Like you've seen it in the trailers. We'll try not to spoil too much from the first episode. We're just going to reference stuff that you might have seen in the trailers. His carbonite tray, like the carbonite thing he has in his ship, so cool. So cool. And
I got that reference, obviously.
Yeah. And then you get a brief look at like his weapons and stuff, and all that's really cool.
Yeah.
The little pucks, the bounty pucks that they have, they're super cool as well.
Really cool. The metal. Oh, actually, no, I don't want to give away too much.
Yeah. Other elements of it are really just super interesting, super cool looking.
The ending is such a stinger.
It is.
Like, it's so good. Like, I'm not a Marvel. Oh, for fuck's sake, there I go.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, but that ending, I was hooked. I was like, well, I need to see the next episode.
And we would recommend, if you're watching the show, watch the first episode. Don't look into anything, because already it's becoming tough to avoid.
Oh, big time.
The spoilers. And Jon Favreau himself has come out and said he's glad that they managed to keep that first episode ending a secret.
Yeah, because it's a big ender.
It's a big one.
And he was like, we were only talking about this just off air, but like Star Wars, the fans, they dig deep.
Yeah, they're rampant.
Yeah, and they want all the bits of information. And he surprised himself that he kept it such a big secret,
which is cool. Very cool.
Yeah, and you were telling me that there was signs.
Yeah, so
that you didn't even pick up on.
So I was seeing the Force was trying to tell me something. That's what I was going on YouTube, and I was seeing all these videos, and I was like, oh, I wonder why they're doing that now. Like, why aren't they talking about like?
They're focusing on that a lot.
Yeah, I'm subscribed to a lot of Star Wars YouTube channels that are talking about Star Wars lore and like what's in Legends and what's not.
I love when I'm the cool guy on the podcast.
It happens.
Here goes that nerd again.
Happens far too often. But I was going through them all, and I was like, oh, that's weird. I wonder why they're deep diving into that. And then I watched the episode, and I was like, oh, oh, it's so cool.
I should have seen the signs.
I should have seen the Force was trying to tell me something. This is what I'm saying. But it's a great show. I love it. And apparently the second episode is
better.
Is better, which is good.
The premiere of the whole show had 3 episodes. She showed 3 episodes back to back, and people are saying it's just getting better and better.
Which is awesome.
That makes me excited.
Me too.
They hold back a lot, though, in this episode, I found. And they're way too short.
Yeah, very short.
40 minutes, just barely. Is it just under 40?
It's like 39 minutes or something.
I was shocked at that.
I saw so I was looking for it online, and I saw the episode length, and I was like, this is like, they're missing the last 18 minutes of this. And
I know.
I'm going to be so pissed off if this is not the full thing.
Yeah.
And I watched it, and it ended, and I was like, oh, fuck, it is only 38 minutes
long. It goes
long.
by fast.
It does. It goes by fast. Especially when I'm watching it, and I'm like looking at everything. I'm like, oh, that's what that guy's doing.
It's definitely a builder episode as well, isn't it? Like it's just setting the blocks in place. Like, it's just the foundations. Like, that's really what it is. It does not show, like I was saying to you, it doesn't show its hand at all.
No.
You know that way? Where some TV shows, and like sometimes it's great as well, where you have this big first episode, it's an hour long, and you can see all the budget is funneled into this one big pilot almost.
First episode of Breaking Bad, not subdued at all.
No, not at all.
A lot of shit happens in that first episode.
So much shit happens that when you rewatch it, you go, what?
Yeah, I thought that happened 3 episodes in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So much is revealed about the characters and how far they'd go.
Yeah. Everything.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, you really don't learn much, and you it's nice. It is kind of refreshing, and we should talk about how the music in this episode.
Music is great.
It's so good. Who's the composer? You had his name earlier, and I've forgotten.
Ludwig something.
Yeah, but
I'll look it up now.
Like Star Wars, when you look at Star Wars in the original movies, and you hear interviews with George Lucas and everything, he loved westerns, and that is what the original Star Wars is. It's a western, you know. Ludwig Göransson.
I say that's Swedish. What you think?
Yeah, probably
Swedish.
Yeah. Hey, nice.
Yeah,
did the Creed movies? Oh, that's cool. Yeah. So anyway,
Okay.
his name's there. Fuck. Oh, damn it. Pedro Pascal's character's name is on
sorry.
That's okay. I mean, that's no one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's all right. Pedro Pascal revealed in an interview the Mandalorian's name.
Which is weird. I say Jon Favreau was not happy with that.
Yeah, I'm not happy with it that I now know it. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It's fine. We're probably going to find out soon anyway. I feel like his name isn't
Well, I was hoping it wasn't connected to like Star Wars lore.
Yeah. I
now it is, but you know what I mean. Like, I didn't want him to be like some famous character. Like, loads of people were saying, "Oh, it's Boba Fett, man."
No.
Do you not just realize it's Boba Fett? Like, I've seen a few articles that was talking about that.
I would hate if this turned out to be Boba Fett.
Because we know his fate.
If Boba Fett is in the series and he survived or whatever, and they end up having a fight, I'd be totally behind that. Because Boba Fett technically isn't a Mandalorian.
Is he not?
He's a clone. He's a clone, and Jango Fett isn't even a Mandalorian. He's just a bounty hunter.
Hold on.
Yeah. Anyway, there's a lot of deep lore.
I'm just trying to give you some good feedback here, something to bounce off.
There's a lot of deep lore specifically stating that Boba Fett and Jango Fett are not Mandalorian.
Right.
So it would be cool if they had a moment in this where like this Mandalorian faces off against Boba Fett, and he's like, "You're not even a real Mandalorian," or something. I don't know.
You're not a Mando.
Yeah, you're not a Mando. Mando. Hey, Mando.
I was saying to you that I wonder how long they'll go without showing his face, or will they do the whole season without showing his face? Because there's limitations to that as well. Because you don't know the character at all.
No.
Which is we don't even know we know his name, but we're not supposed to really know his name. Pedro Pascal just got a bit trigger happy there.
Yeah.
Let me tell you his name.
Pedro Pascal's a cool guy. I really like him.
He seems really cool.
Yeah, we were talking about actors whose careers we really like to follow. Pedro Pascal is one of them.
Yeah, he's really cool, and he's in Wonder Woman 2.
Yeah, as Maxwell Lord.
Is that a big character?
He is. He's a very big character.
That comes out in summer next year. That's already a year in post-production.
Maxwell Lord is a pretty big villain.
And he was just in Kingsman.
Yeah, he was just in Kingsman.
Kingsman 2. Now he's in Wonder Woman 2. He was in The Equalizer 2. He likes doing sequels. Nice to come into that franchise midway.
And Mandalorian is getting season 2. But I was trying to say with the music and everything, I completely forgot that I missed
Western.
this. It's like a Western.
It really is.
Like, when you don't see his face and you think about it, like, it's really homaging even in the theme. The main theme is like a boo-loo-loo. It's meant to make you think of like the spaghetti westerns with Clint Eastwood. Ennio Morricone. Like,
big time.
He's when you think about Clint Eastwood's character in those movies, he's the good guy.
Yeah.
But he's not a good guy.
No.
You know?
He's very questionable.
He's turning in bounties.
It's essentially an anti-hero.
Yeah.
Like, I guess he was like one of the first kind of cinematic anti-heroes.
Yeah.
Because Clint Eastwood was a dick in loads of his movies.
Yeah.
Like Charlton Heston in
Planet of the Apes.
You're like, when you watch that back, you're like, oh my God.
He's just a prick that whole movie.
Is he racist as well?
Even before he gets picked up, though, he's like the worst one of all those astronauts.
Prodding at his black crew member. And like, it just seems like he's going after him a bit hard.
A bit harsh, yeah. It's super interesting. But The Mandalorian isn't racist.
No, yet.
Yeah, we don't know.
One episode in.
Yeah, but I really like where they're going with it. They're going for that Clint Eastwood style, loose morals,
Yeah, definitely.
There's some things where you see like when you watch a Clint Eastwood movie, even though you know that this guy isn't a good guy, if someone shoots a woman, you're like, he's gonna have a problem with that.
Definitely.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
And that's what you see in this.
That's my woman. That's my property.
Yeah.
Like, whoa,
take it easy, Clint. Yeah, stop bringing your offset antics onto the set. No, but like, it's one of those things where it's if you see a bad guy taking advantage of someone, you're like, man, Clint Eastwood's not going to be happy about that.
Yeah, big time.
You're kind of getting that sense with The Mandalorian, which is what I think is cool. You don't see his face. You don't get to, he doesn't speak a lot. I like that as well. Doesn't say anything he doesn't need to.
That's another thing, though, that's going to be hard to extend over a few seasons. You know the way, like, if you don't see his face and he doesn't talk a lot, that's what I wonder is, I feel like they're going to have to bridge that gap a little bit.
There's going to be something. He's going to have to come out of his shell.
Do you think we'll see his face?
Do you
think it's scarred up?
No, I think we're going to see his face.
Just Deadpool.
We're going to see his face, and he's going to be normal. It's going to be a moment of weakness when we see his face. Because Mandalorians, just to get more nerdy about it, Mandalorian armor, Very big deal. It's passed down from generation to generation. It's like a relic. It's an heirloom. You have to look after your armor.
Right.
And there are some Mandalorians that just never take off their armor. It's a family thing. It's just what they are. They're a warrior race. That's why they wear their armor.
Well, their armor looks so goddamn cool though as well.
Looks
That
very
helmet
cool. Alone.
is fucking boss. I want that for a motor. Well, I don't even have a motorcycle, but I want a motorcycle, and then I want to have the Mandalorian helmet.
I always like you like the look of the Mandalorian helmets. Boba Fett's helmet looks so cool. Jango Fett's looks cool. I think this is my favorite one.
Really?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks amazing.
It's sleek.
Yeah, it's really sleek.
Yeah.
Do you know, one thing that I was let down with,
Mm-hmm.
and I never really thought about this until his face is hidden, is that Pedro Pascal doesn't move in a very distinctive fashion.
No.
You know, where I love when an actor just you're like, oh, that, like Timothy Olyphant
Yeah.
walks in this weird way.
Yeah.
Where you're like, oh, that's Timothy Olyphant,
yeah,
and I love that walk. It's a very it's almost like a catwalk type of walk, because his feet go right directly in front of each other, and when you see him play Hitman, he just has that distinctive walk that's really cool.
And then in Deadwood as well, he does the same
I never
thing.
watched Deadwood.
Oh, I've watched one episode.
Here's really good.
It is really good. You know who does the same? Andy Serkis walks around on all fours like an ape. That's how they knew he could be in Rise of the Planet of the
Yeah, that's how
Apes.
we knew he could be Alfred as well.
Yeah, because he walked all fours like
All
a
fours,
butler,
like Alfred always
like
does.
a monkey butler. That's what Alfred's going to be in the new movie. Yeah, but he doesn't move distinctively. You know who he moves like? He moves like Boba Fett. That's who Boba Fett in the original.
Shut up.
Yeah, he moves in the original series. You know,
Yeah.
everything's kind of slow. Even I was watching him. This is a stupid scene. At one stage, he walks down steps, and I was just watching him do that. And when he's walking through places, he's taking the time to walk through here. He's in no rush whatsoever. You know, it feels like there's a market scene and everyone's walking past him and it's bustling and everything, and you feel like he has this situation handled. You know, a threat could come from anywhere and he would just take care
Jason
of it.
Bourne already, is he?
He's not even looking.
He knows his exits.
He's not even looking around though. He's just walking. You know, and there's just a lot of skill and everything.
You gotta fuck this guy.
I do. I gotta fuck this guy. Just helmet on. Keep the helmet on.
I love how you're adding things to it as well. You know,
Yeah.
like you have your own ideas.
It's just when I see it, it's what I'm getting from the character.
Yeah.
And we kind of we see that he's not good at everything. Which
definitely.
is nice.
I wish it wasn't PG.
Yeah, me too.
Because it doesn't have to be super R-rated.
No.
But there's just because the Mandalorian seems like such a boss that you kind of want to see him snap a few necks. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And he blasts. He does. There are some pretty cool blaster things,
Yeah.
and
there's a few in the trailer you get to see that door.
the door closed. Yeah,
Looks like he's chopping a guy in half.
yeah.
But you don't get to see it.
The first thing he says, I love. He's like, I can bring you in warm or cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And then the title hits. It's so good.
As you were saying, the music though really harkens back to the old kind of westerns, and I love that. And if you actually listen, there's videos on YouTube for anyone who's as nerdy as Connor here.
I'm subscribed.
Where they actually show you what John Williams took from old western music as well, and added it to Star Wars. And there's some seriously cool stuff, like from just a retro. Not even Ennio Morricone, because Ennio Morricone made his own type of sound. Like he made his own Western sound, which is now what people just is synonymous, with Westerns. But that was actually nice. That was actually
This is for you, Mandalorian. Getting all wet.
Yeah, bro. You just need a white T-shirt.
No,
Get the nips out.
You'd see my boobs then. Anyway,
Not that type of podcast
not yet.
yet. Yeah, I was going for that too.
It's like we do a podcast together or something.
Damn, I lost my train of thought
Ennio
because I was thinking about
Morricone
your nips.
created his own style.
Yeah, like that was his own thing. That was really weird in his own style.
Yeah.
But some of the real retro, almost like cliche Western music,
Yeah.
you really hear it in John Williams' score, and it's very cool when you see side by side. Like you can listen to them A and B, and there's loads of videos where you really show just like little things, like little clever kind of tricks that they did.
That's so cool.
In old westerns that he took for Star Wars
for his space adventure,
which obviously I would assume is Lucas saying it to him.
Yeah,
you know, kind of going, well, this is kind of like a western in space.
Well, that's Lucas.
That's usually what directors do, is they kind of tell you what they want. You know,
George Lucas loved old westerns. That was his thing, and he just wanted to take them, and he felt like you could create a story out of them. But Star Wars aren't only westerns; they're like Shakespeare. They're they're big themes and poetry and space and all this stuff. It's
especially episode 1.
Yeah, episode 1 the best with Watto.
Episode 2, the love.
Yeah,
the whole relationship that
I
blossoms.
hate sand. It's coarse and it gets everywhere. It's a line from episode 2. I hate them. That's what he says as well.
And then he surfs on that CGI beast.
The women and the children too. I killed them all. And Padme goes, "Okay, I'm still in love with you.
Sure.
I'm still down. I'm down to
Natalie
clown."
Portman is such a bad actress in that.
She is given nothing to work with. Nothing.
And Hayden Christensen is giving too much at times, and then he's giving nothing. He goes from 0 to like 10, and then back down to 0.
You know who's killing it in all those movies though? Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor is pretty damn cool in those. He's the only one where George Lucas is like, be more cardboard, and he makes it work.
No, but I think it's because Ewan McGregor is reading those lines and he's like, oh, I get it. Campy. That's how we're doing this.
Yeah.
And he goes into it. Ian McDermott as the Emperor and like even as Palpatine, he's reading these lines and he's like, unlimited power.
Yeah,
that's
I
how
know.
I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, okay, campy. That's how we're gonna do it.
Let's just turn it up a notch.
Whereas everyone else is like deadpan, serious.
Yeah.
I'm in love with you. My heart is exploding when I see you. And
I'm
everything.
making a normal movie.
Yeah.
That doesn't have George Lucas behind the camera.
Anyway, it's there's a lot of problems with the prequels. Loved them as a kid.
Yeah. Sorry, I just like to kick them while they're down.
Yeah, I loved them as a kid. Like that element of Star Wars, like I really like. If you take the prequels in broad strokes and just describe point by point what's happening, they sound pretty good.
But I remember as a kid just being like, double lightsaber, I'm in.
Yeah, that's
double
true.
lightsaber, I'm in.
That's
and
true.
the pods.
Yeah.
The pod racers.
Pod racers, yeah.
That's what they call pod racers. I was like, they look awesome. I'm in. Also, that Jar Jar Binks guy, he speaks to me.
He's hilarious.
Like him.
Yeah.
I think he's cool.
I feel bad for what happened to that actor.
I know. He's
Ahmed
just the
Best.
Jar Jar Binks guy. He's a casual racism guy.
Yeah. He was ridiculed.
I know. I've actually seen little things on YouTube about that.
It's terrible.
Yeah. He's always the Jar Jar Binks guy.
It's so bad.
We should get him on the podcast.
We should. We probably could.
Because someone needs to just give him a hand, you know?
Yeah, and someone needs to give us a hand.
And then he comes in and he's just like actually racist.
Yeah.
Oh, he really speaks like that. Oh. This was a bad idea.
Yeah.
This was a bad idea. Oh, this is going to air at some stage there, Jar Jar.
Unaired episode.
Mr. Binks.
Yeah, it's even look at the genre. Space opera, space western. Like that's
says it all.
It's so Star Wars. But yeah, that first music cue, we've spoken about this for so long, but that first music cue where it goes boo, immediately I was like, oh, it's a western.
So Ennio Morricone, I love that.
And like you
He's
hear
my
that.
favorite composer of all time.
Really?
He actually is. He's amazing. I love him.
My dad saw him in concert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he must have looked like a skeleton though. The guy's like 500 at this point.
Apparently he was like class. It was amazing.
My friends went to see him as well. I don't know if because he's done around 3 or 4 retirement like tours at this point, but the tickets are so expensive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're mad.
Yeah. Anyway, check out The Mandalorian if you can.
If you're in Ireland, there's ways.
Yeah. Except for episode 2, we're struggling with that at the moment.
Fuck's sake, Disney!
Anyway,
loosen those chains.
We came up with the theory that Disney are being a bit less strict on the release of episode 1, so that people will sign up for the platform.
Because we cannot find episode 2 anywhere.
We cannot. Oh, by the way, we should say that Disney Plus broke records with its signups.
Oh yeah, well, we were going to get into that, but let's go to news then, will we?
Well, we have we normally do trailers.
Oh, we do.
Yeah, so we'll get into that at news. I jumped the gun a bit. Yeah. I'm feeling a little bit overeager, a bit excited after talking about The Mandalorian. You know what I'm saying? I'm just
I kind of noticed.
Getting a bit excited. No, we're gonna go to trailers and talk about other stuff that's equally exciting, like the Scoob trailer.
And we're finished talking about the Scoob trailer, which is the Scooby-Doo trailer, in case anyone didn't know.
Movie doesn't look good.
If someone said, "Did you see the Scoob trailer?" I would not just instantly think it's the Scooby-Doo trailer. By the way,
yeah.
Why did you just not calling it Scooby-Doo?
Because
like it clearly looks like it's for children.
It's unoriginal. Then maybe I don't know. Yeah. You were like, "Oh yeah, I need to watch that again before we talk about it," and we were midway through the trailer, and you said, "Turn the shit off."
Yeah,
I don't care.
I had enough of this.
I don't care about this.
Yeah.
I watched the trailer. I mean, I'm sure the movie is going to be fine. It won't be egregious or like super offensive to anyone. It won't ruin my childhood.
Yeah, it looks like Hotel Transylvania.
Yeah, but like Will Forte as Shaggy sounds so off.
And we love Will Forte.
I really like. He's such a good actor. He's
awesome.
hilarious.
Yeah, I really like him. I watched The Last Man on Earth. I watched all 4 seasons, and it's really good.
Yeah.
And it just.
It sounds
I
wrong.
can't make excuses for him. I just don't like it. I don't like it. And I said that to you. I was like, that just sounds wrong to me. And I'm not even a big Scooby-Doo fan. And I was like, I just can't connect with that voice.
It's because you know what Shaggy sounds like.
I know, yeah.
You watch like old Scooby-Doo and you like, do you know what Velma, Daphne, and Fred sound like? Not really. You have a pretty good idea.
I'm impressed that you know their names because, I've never been a big fan of it.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I still know how Shaggy sounds.
Yeah, but Shaggy and Scooby are the two you know. Like in your head, you know, Zoink Scoob, and like all that stuff. Like you know how they sound, and if they sound wrong, it just doesn't work.
It's weird, isn't it?
That's why sometimes I think for big budget movies they go for talent as opposed to. They go for big names as opposed to actual talent. Like,
definitely.
I think that trailer would be so much better if it was the normal person who voices Shaggy. And I wish I had their name here.
And what's funny is that movie is clearly made for just children.
Totally.
So the children's not going to go, oh, Will Forte out of The Last Man on Earth.
Yeah,
oh,
and
cool.
SNL.
Yeah,
wow.
and SNL. Oh, that's cool.
You know who they should have got to
if
do
there
it?
is a kid that's like that, a kid's going places.
He is. Do you know who they should have got to do Shaggy's voice? The guy who played him in live action. I can't think of his name.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking
From
about.
Scream.
Yeah, that dude. I know him. Yeah, really tall looking dude.
Yeah. I really like him.
Yeah, he's good in those movies, even though I don't even care about those movies. He just looks like he looks
like
correct,
Shaggy.
You know, it just works.
Yeah, and he was like he put in a lot of effort to get the voice right. I'm gonna look up his name because he's a cool guy, and he goes to like all these conventions now.
Does he?
And he signs autographs, and he's like, yeah, bring your kids up. And then when they do, he like, okay, close your eyes, and he'll be like, Zoink Scoob, and he'll do the voice and everything.
That's great. I love when actors embrace the franchise that they're in.
Yeah. He's apparently a really cool guy.
Like Tom Welling.
Like Tom Welling, exactly. Now,
I'm not wearing that Superman suit.
Finally embracing.
I'm playing Clark Kent.
Yeah.
I'm not playing Superman.
Matthew Lillard. That's his name.
There you go. Check him out.
Check him. Matthew Lillard's a cool guy.
Give him some likes on Facebook.
I love him in Scream 1. He's like, you fucking stabbed me,
dude.
The overacting.
Yeah, I know. It's brilliant. It actually really works.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
It is a very
That's
good
a
movie.
really good movie.
None of the other Scream movies are good. Scream 1, really good.
Wes Craven, wasn't it?
Wes Craven, yeah. He wanted to buck the trend. Yeah. Peace out to Wes Craven.
Or you probably respect that more.
Yeah, probably.
Because he's a horror guy.
There you go, Wes.
I just meant hell, like, because he's just
I know.
horror. Oh, okay.
There you go.
Stop kissing.
Why am I freaking out?
It's just weird.
I know.
So we also have Sonic, though.
Sonic.
This is interesting. I'm hyped on this trailer.
Me too.
And I'm hyped on the story.
Yeah.
Because I know that it's fake hype.
Yeah.
Well, like, I'm genuinely, I really enjoy this trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's a bad movie.
Yeah.
And why am I going to see it? I don't know. So, right, we should set it up.
Yeah.
So Sonic, I know loads of people know about the redesign and all like that. So the first trailer that came out, fans hated the design of Sonic. They try to make Sonic look like a person, like a real human, but not a human, but a hedgehog.
Any of the design decisions did not make sense.
As we said, Sonic the inbred hedgehog. Like it looked weird.
He had teeth.
He had a lot of teeth.
Yeah.
There was a lot of teeth in that trailer.
He had a runner's body for some reason.
Yeah, his spikes looked like hair almost.
It's just wrong.
Everything didn't work.
Yeah.
They just ignored the original design.
So then the director, after all this backlash, tweeted, he was like, you know what? I agree. He doesn't agree. He was like, this isn't up to my standard. We're going to do something about it. And then he said, animators, none of you are going home this summer.
Animators, assemble.
All of you are going to work your asses off and redo Sonic to this design.
Now, when we originally covered this, they said, right, we're going to go back to the drawing board. We're going to redo the whole thing. Now, you got to keep in mind, they made the whole movie.
Whole movie's done.
It was in post-production, and it was deep into post-production. And they're like, we're going to revamp the whole thing. We're going to redesign them. So they have to go through every scene that Sonic's in and redo it. And we were like, but they're not pushing the release date back.
No.
Now, luckily, they did.
Thankfully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, so obviously they did actually put some work in. But what's amazing, this is what I love, is like the first trailer was an experiment.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, that really didn't work.
Yeah.
So the next trailer, there's not a single scene that's in the first trailer.
No.
But those scenes obviously are still in the movie.
Still in the movie.
They didn't refilm anything.
The movie's exactly the same.
All they did was reapproach post-production.
And you know what's funny? I kind of want to see now the original terrible Sonic version of this movie. Like I want on the DVD extras to be original Sonic cut.
Yeah. Oh, that would be amazing. I'd love that.
I think like if the movie doesn't do well, DVD sales, that's what you do.
Yeah.
You have the original Sonic cut.
Just the way DC do it, where they're like, oh, people hated that. Here's an extended cut.
They're still fucking talking about the Snyder cut.
And it's ramped up big
significantly.
Time now.
Oh, like people tweeting like images from it and
See
everything.
the amount of images that's been released?
Yeah.
At this point, do you know the rumor about, and I've said this about DC Universe.
Yeah.
That's their streaming service. And
Yeah.
I was like, why don't they just release it on that? Because like it would just get some subscribers. I would want to watch it just to be like, oh, I've seen it finally.
Yeah.
You know, the whole thing is now that HBO Max is Warner Brothers streaming service.
Gotcha.
And there's a big rumor that it's going to be on the launch day.
I hate any talk about this Snyder cut. Justice League is a terrible movie.
Yes.
It will not be saved by Zack Snyder's cut. Have you seen his other movies?
An hour and a half more is not going to save it.
I could not. I watched that movie on a plane, and it's arguably the most uncomfortable experience on a plane I've ever had. I
thought you were going to say in your entire life, like,
No.
whoa,
I was
you've had a nice childhood.
I was watching it, looking around, and I was like,
is everyone else
Is
seen this?
I was like, how long has it been? Holy shit, it's been 5 minutes.
Yeah,
this
I know.
movie has been going
What
on
the
for
fuck?
so long. I was in disbelief at how bad the
Blumhouse
movie
is going to
was.
make a film about this experience.
Yeah, they will. It's going to be called Red Eye.
Red Eye.
And Cillian Murphy's going to play me.
And he's going to deck a woman in it. Can you remember that?
Yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah, it's all right.
A lot of women were like super into Cillian Murphy from that movie as well.
Really?
Yeah, which is so strange.
They're the same women that are like
Joker women.
or they're emailing like killers in prison, going like, "Well, I
exactly.
could fix him,
Yeah.
but I only want to fix him a little bit.
A little bit.
I just don't want him to murder me."
Yeah, I don't want him to murder me, but I want him to choke me just enough.
Yeah, he can bruise me up a little bit.
Yeah.
Sorry, but we're talking about Sonic.
Talking about Sonic. Sonic can bruise me up a little bit, but everything they do in the Sonic trailer is to like, it's new, it's different, it's better.
a different movie.
And fucking the comments on YouTube, I was like, I'm going to go through the comments and I'm going to see exactly what I expect to see. People going, yeah, they changed it, but like, it's not going to be the same.
It's the exact same movie, except Sonic looks different.
I've never seen such a flip in the positivity.
But here's the thing. I flipped.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to see this movie now.
Yeah.
Now, a big part of it is because Jim Carrey looks like Jim Carrey.
He genuinely made me laugh in the trailer.
Me too. Like, big time.
And it was like, it was a genuine like, oh fuck, that's Jim Carrey.
Or back to 90s Carrey.
And there was another scene that made me smile is when Sonic is running around a baseball diamond and you can hear the da-na, like a Green Hill theme, I think that's what it was, and you hear that in the back and I was like, oh, that's Sonic music.
We also get to see his world.
Yeah.
And it looks like the video game.
Yeah.
Which is so fun.
It is. And
But these were all these scenes already existed.
in the movie.
And I think this is what, maybe it's like my Catholic upbringing. I've already forgiven the first trailer. I'm just like, okay, I forgive you. I'm going to see this movie.
I feel like everyone before they buy tickets for Sonic should watch that first trailer again.
Yes.
And remind themselves that all is different between this trailer and the movie is that Sonic looks different.
Yeah. All those scenes still exist.
They're all in that movie.
But at the same time, I kind of love how they did a good job. They did a good job because the first trailer it's such a strange experiment for a studio to do. I know they did, it was unintentional, but just to go, oh, they hated everything about that. Check this one out. Exact same movie, but just shows nothing to do with that first trailer. And everyone's like, hey, this looks great. I'm in.
Wow, I'm so excited for Sonic.
The only problem was the character design.
I love the way that it's. I really want to see the original cut.
Yeah.
I want to see it with terrible Sonic because that is whatever you want to say about this new redesign. It's totally positive. It's great that they did it. Really good marketing move.
Yeah.
That original design and character and everything. That is the vision for this movie. It was never this new version we're getting. That is the vision for this movie, and I want to see that.
And they spent months in the editing bay and in post-production looking at that monstrosity.
Yeah, and changing, and then they went in and changed their vision.
And then they were like, oops, no one
Oopsie.
likes that. Okay, we'll change it. But it worked, and that's what I think is so fun about this.
I can't believe people have been so won over.
I know.
It's insane.
I can't believe that I was.
Yeah.
Like, and I know what's happening. Like, I can see it, and I'm still like, oh fuck, I'm gonna see that now.
All it took was a Sonic that looks like Sonic, seeing Sonic's world, hearing a Sonic theme from a game, not whatever song played in the first one. I can't even remember.
I don't even know.
It was a rap song.
It was Gangster's Paradise.
Yeah.
Because we were like, what the fuck?
Why is Sonic playing Gangster's Paradise? It was
because he's an OG.
It was Jim Carrey genuinely making me smile, and even
more Carrey,
and even Sonic. I was like, oh, I kind of like that. It's when he runs into the tank and he's like, "How are you alive?" And he's like, "I have no idea." He's like dancing around. I kind of like that scene.
Yeah.
The throwing darts and the rubber ball thing, didn't like that.
Yeah, I didn't like him jumping off the car as well, the sliding over the car. I'm like, why is that in the trailer? I always wanted to do that.
Yeah. So weird.
But it's actually amazing because I always thought, I thought when they were like, oh, we're going to redesign it, I'm like, it's still going to tank. Yeah. No one's going to like this movie. And it worked. I still can't get over the fact that it worked.
Crazy.
Do you think the studio is a bit like, oh,
how
fuck.
did we do it?
That worked. Imagine this happened now for more movies. Where they're like, oh, kidding.
Yeah.
That first trailer, April Fools.
We're going to do a redesign.
In December.
Do you think I would like, the way Dr. Robotnik builds Robot Sonic? Mm-hmm. I'd like if at the end of this movie he builds Robot Sonic, but it looks like the original one.
Amazing. We're rewriting the movie right here.
And then they fight each other at the end.
They might see this podcast and go, okay, because this seems to be they're just rewriting it in post-production.
Here, just for the end of the movie, which Sonic character is in the end of the movie? Is it Knuckles or is it Tails? Which one?
I grew up on Tails, but I think Knuckles is more popular now.
Me too.
So I think Knuckles will be in it.
Knuckles the echidna?
Like, I would more appreciate Tails because Knuckles came after my time, Like, I was big into Sonic 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And Sonic 2 on the Sega Mega Drive, I used to play, and my sister was always Tails because, like, fuck that. I'm not going to
be Tails.
I'm going to be Tails.
Yeah, I want to be Sonic.
Tails could die.
Yeah.
And he just comes back. He has no lives.
Yeah.
So I used to just get her to, like...
do all the hard bits.
Yeah, to sacrifice herself all the time.
Yeah.
Hey, it's called being a brother,
Yeah, you want to be Sonic.
And it's called being a younger sibling.
Exactly. You want to be Sonic, you got to go fast. You got to be the older brother, But yeah, do you think... sorry, I'm going to give you another option.
Okay.
Knuckles, Tails, Shadow.
Knuckles. I still think Knuckles. Yeah.
Shadow
came even further down the line.
Yeah.
Where I really only know the name. I only know the name. I can see the person, but... the character, I mean, but I don't know anything about Shadow.
Have you ever seen the Shadow video game where on the cover he has 2 machine guns?
No.
Yeah.
But that sounds amazing, and I'll look it up now.
It's a super edgelord. It's like Shadow is just as edgelord as you get.
Do you think I should say Shadow Sonic video game?
Yeah, that's what you should do. That'll get it. He just looks like such an edgelord. And me as a kid, I was like, oh, there it is. It's not a twin gun, it's a rocket launcher or whatever.
Hey, it's
there is
still
one
badass.
where he has 2
I like
guns.
his shoes.
Yeah, but
is Shadow a he?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
At the end, as a kid, I was like won over. I was like, man, Shadow looks so badass.
I feel like Sonic is non-binary, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah? Do you think so? He just likes chili dogs.
He's just like chili dogs.
What about Amy? Him and Amy.
See, I don't know these characters.
Okay.
This is way after my time.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyway, here we should move on because we're getting deep into Sonic.
Yeah.
It's a fun topic though. I actually love that it worked. It just seems like something that even the studio must be like,
yeah.
Wow, we just got a get out of jail free card. We just got a free trailer there.
For a marketing ploy, it fucking worked.
It worked.
It's so good.
Yeah, it is.
So we're gonna move on to movie news. Number 1, we talked about it last week a bit. Batman casting.
We got one confirmation.
Which is that
not the one I wanted.
Me neither.
Because the one that we got confirmed was Andy Serkis
as Alfred.
But I assumed that was going to happen because Matt Reeves had just worked with him on 2 movies, the last 2 Planet of the Apes.
I saw that and I was like, oh, it makes sense. I'm
not against it at all.
Not at all.
I just I know that one's going to happen. You know, I'm like, that's going to work itself out.
It's the Colin Farrell or the Matthew McConaughey. That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I want to see Colin Farrell as Penguin now.
Me too.
I'm sold on it.
Me too.
It's a weird choice.
I like it.
and I'm up for it.
Yeah. And then, but people were like, oh, well, yeah, someone threw out his name and then there was a load of fan art put up and now everyone's hyped. I looked at the fan art. Fan art of him as the Penguin, you can't even tell it's Colin Farrell.
Are you talking about the one where they like stretch out his nose?
Yeah.
That looks terrible.
It looks terrible.
I've seen some fan art though where it's just him with a few scars.
Yeah.
And he's got a monocle and I'm like, okay.
That's
That's
fine.
what I want to see. Man, we talked about this last week. We said that what is it? Fantastic Beasts, that he kind of wears a similar suit.
Yeah.
I looked up images when I was editing the podcast last week.
And you were...
He really looks like the Penguin. There's a great image of him where it looks like he should just wear the same thing.
Yeah.
Colin Farrell, Fantastic
Beasts, yeah. Man, I can't get over it. I'm still so disappointed that he is not this overarching villain in Fantastic Beasts.
That's the image.
Like, that looks like the Penguin right there.
That looks like the Penguin.
Yeah.
I don't need a monocle. I don't need anything more than that. Even the haircut, love it.
That's what I'm. It's like when people were like him as the Penguin, that was the first image that came to my head. I was like, oh yeah,
definitely.
That's it.
And if anyone who's seen last week's episode, I'm putting up the exact same image again. It's just because we spoke about it. We're like, yeah, he kind of wears something similar. But we never looked up the image. We're just like, he wears something similar in that movie that I think could work for the Penguin.
Yeah,
that's the Penguin.
There's in the Arkham games, the Arkham series, Penguin doesn't have a monocle. He has a glass bottle shard that he uses as a monocle in his eye.
Is it a glass bottle shard? I played all 3 of those games, and I don't remember it being that. I actually played all 4. I played the other one as well.
So it's
Origins.
It's not in Origins, and it's in all the other ones that he's in.
I never noticed that.
What happens is someone came up and tried to kill him, and they shoved a glass bottle in his eye, and if they it's pushing on his brain, so if they take it out, he'll die. So it's kind of reworked as a monocle for him.
That's cool.
I like that. I actually quite like that, and it
makes him sound tougher as well.
Yeah, it might look a bit campy in the direction they're going for with this Matt Reeves. Like, if he had a limp as well, maybe something like that. Like they could if they're going for a more subtle Batman thing, you know, a bit more not realistic because we've already seen that with the Nolan one, but.
It does sound like they're going for they're going to harken back to the whole detective thing, you know, him being the world's greatest detective, which sounds like it's going to be more realistic when you say that.
Yeah, like Colin Farrell as a businessman who it turns out is a crime lord is an interesting way to go with the Penguin, you know?
Instantly I see that.
Yeah.
And this works so well.
It does. Give him a cane with a penguin head.
Yes.
That's it.
He's going to be the first Penguin that turns women's heads.
Definitely.
Penguin?
Are you serious? Danny DeVito, man.
Yeah, for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
They turned away.
Yeah. Remember
He's amazing in that movie.
I love it. Remember when he eats the fish? I love that scene.
Oh, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. Michelle Pfeiffer. Man, I became a man the minute I watched that film.
Me too.
It's like, whoa, oh, what is that tingle in my pants?
No, for me it was because I saw that one. The Tim Burton Batmans used to terrify me because I saw them. Like the Joker scene in it where he breaks the mirror terrified me.
Great scene, iconic scene.
It is, and I saw it when I was like super young, and it terrified me. So I never really watched the Tim Burton ones. The second one I found more manageable. Like I was less scared of everything in it.
I was the opposite way around.
Oh yeah.
I was more scared. I thought Danny DeVito. When I was a kid, Danny DeVito scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Like he really did. When he bites that guy's nose.
Oh, Nosy Wally.
Nosy Wally.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Not
It's
nosy
terrifying.
anymore.
No, terrifying.
Oh, it's horrible.
Mashing around. Yeah.
Just fuck it. And I used to hide behind the couch when that scene would come up because I loved Batman so much. But I was like, this is when he bites his nose, and I just get behind the couch.
No, but it was
same with E.T. E.T. scared the fuck out of me.
I don't like E.T.
When he goes into the long grass at the start.
Yeah.
And he goes, and his head goes up. I was like, holy fuck. I used to have nightmares about E.T. then.
Really?
It's mad, isn't it?
I don't like E.T. as a movie. I don't like Titanic, and I don't like E.T.
I didn't like E.T. and I haven't watched it since I've been an adult. I haven't watched it since I've been in my 20s. So I don't know anymore. I have a feeling I would like it a lot more.
I mean,
I love the soundtrack.
Yeah, me too. Titanic and E.T. great movies. Undoubtedly. I don't like them. I don't want to watch them ever again.
I hate the edit now where they went back and changed the shotguns to radios.
Oh,
like walkie-talkies.
Why?
I love that the police were actually holding shotguns while kids were cycling.
I'm going to blow this fucking kid's heads off if he does not give me that alien. Yeah. And he's like, wah, and he gets like shot in the face.
And all of a sudden they're like reloading walkie-talkies.
Do you know E.T.?
Let me get on the radio.
Yeah. Do you know ET's alien species can be?
Hey, boss. He's on the radio. Sorry, what?
Yeah. Can you imagine if one's looking down and the radio's like this? Hey, boss.
Come in, Charlie.
Whoa, there's a lot of kick on this radio. Do you know ET's alien species can be seen in the Galactic Senate in Star Wars?
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that was in like Family Guy.
No. No, legitimately. They are in Star Wars. They're species.
I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, well, you have to accept it because it's in there.
It's in there.
It's in there.
Well, George Lucas could decide it's not in there in his next edit.
That's true. I've decided I'm not. I'm going to take them out in this edit.
I think that's a good segue to Disney.
That is a good segue to Disney.
Because they've been fucking around with something again.
They have been fucking around.
Who shot first? Doesn't matter anymore.
McClunky.
So Greedo
now shouts McClunky before he shoots at Han.
So for anyone who might be slightly uneducated in this, because I must say I went a long time not knowing that the whole Han shot first. It took me a while. I think it took me to The Force Awakens to kind of go, wait, what the fuck are they all talking about? And then I looked into it and I was like, oh my god, how did I not know about this?
I hate this. Every time an edit is done to this, it makes the scene worse.
It's been a few edits now.
Every time. First time they get it, it's so perfect.
So Han Solo's in the bar.
Han Solo's in his bar.
This is in the first movie, right?
First movie. Feet up on the table, talking to Greedo. Unclips his DL-45 blaster. Or is it DL-50? Shit!
Ooh, if you're wrong now.
I think it's the DL-45. Anyway, he unclips it, and then it looks like Greedo's going to shoot him, and Han shoots first.
Yeah. Kills a guy, stone dead.
Yeah.
Talk about bad guys that we love. Like, that's a bad guy move right there.
Han Solo is awesome. He's like, it's a DL. Please be right. DL-44. Damn it.
You're wrong.
I was wrong both times. Both times. DL-44.
Wow. I need to do a podcast with someone who knows about Star Wars.
I feel emasculated. I feel ashamed.
You look it.
I do.
I think your dick just fell off.
Anyway, his DL-44 blaster that he shoots Greedo first. Then
it's a ruthless scene.
It's awesome
for a guy who's like, he's an anti-hero.
Yeah, and
talk about a guy who's a dick to Leia through the whole movie.
Yeah,
love it.
Hey, princess.
Yeah,
and all that. And then at the end when he's getting his medal, he winks at her. You know that? I love it. It's so
gonna fuck you later.
Yeah.
And she's like, he's gonna fuck me later.
Yeah. She hates it, but she loves it.
Yeah.
That's their whole relationship. But
smooching her brother.
He's a scumbag, and then not even by the end of the first movie, by the end of the third movie, he's a hero.
Yeah.
You know?
Totally.
Which is what's so great about that character and why people love Han Solo. Then they go back and edit the movie. Oh, thank you very much. So that Greedo shoots first.
Because George Lucas just cannot stop messing with his own product.
Yeah.
So he wants him to be a good guy all of a sudden.
Basically. All of a sudden now, Han Solo has to be a good guy all the time.
Which makes no sense when you know how much love fans have for Han Solo.
Yeah.
Why change anything?
Why do anything? What you won't improve on him because he's perfect. Like the whole character arc is great.
And he doesn't realize that those flaws are one of the best things about him.
Exactly.
Isn't that so weird? Like that you don't even know your own property. It's just getting disconnected from reality.
He doesn't understand what makes people like him. Han shooting first is such a cool move for a main character to do. It says so much about him, and it's just to edit that scene alone is just so stupid. So then George Lucas goes back and he has them shoot at the same time, and Han's neck moves.
Yeah, and it's so weird because it's around this amount of distance. They're like, what, 3 foot away from each other?
Like 3 feet away.
And Greedo must be some weird cockeyed guy. It's like, how does he miss him? And Han just kind of, it's only subtle because they obviously can't
move
in post-production really move him that much.
They just like move his neck at a weird angle.
And he misses.
It makes no sense.
He's obviously a stormtrooper because he missed.
Yeah. Which would make sense if he was shot first and he missed. That makes sense.
Yep.
But no, for him to miss and for Han to, like, it's just so stupid.
It's so lame.
And now they've McClunky, which is Greedo basically saying in his language, I'm going to kill you.
Well, I read that it could translate to "this will be the end of you."
Oh, is it?
Now, I read that's what it means, and that would be. I would look at that as George Lucas's poor attempt of being poetic.
Yeah.
Because now we know that Han Solo dies in The Force Awakens. So this will be the end of you, is what I read it means.
Or maybe even,
which made sense to me of like, oh, George Lucas now thinks like, oh, I'll be smart about this.
or when this will be the end of you, it's really not. It's the end of Greedo. That's the more direct one. He probably thinks there's multiple levels on this that it's working.
Yeah, true.
Whereas it would make it all better if he just put it back to how it was originally.
Yeah.
Because it's perfect.
Because there was nothing wrong with it.
It says, the character is so much cooler if he shoots first.
You know, I was a kid when they did the special, I think they were like gold editions on videotape, where George Lucas went back to the original movies, the original trilogy, and you know where Han Solo steps on
Jabba's tail.
Yeah, Jabba's fucking tail. Yeah.
You know that Jabba the Hutt was originally played by a normal actor.
Is in like he had no prosthetics?
No, it was just a really fat guy, and that's what that scene is. It's.
Is it not him in a fat suit, like in the Jabba the Hutt's suit?
No, it's Harrison Ford talking to this fat guy who was playing Jabba, and then after all the 3 movies were done, they figured out what Jabba's design was, and now they've just CGI'd over the guy who was playing Jabba.
What?
And that's why he steps on the tail, because originally it was just a guy who was just a fat guy, and he was like being an evil crime boss.
Okay.
And so he stepped around him, but obviously Jabba would have a tail.
Yeah.
So when he steps around him, now they had to do the thing where they move him up and everything.
Steps on the tail.
But yeah, you can watch the original scene. It's the same thing.
Yeah, I've seen the original scene. Oh wait, no, obviously I didn't.
Yeah, you wouldn't. It's literally just a guy. I'll see if I can get an image of him now. But yeah,
I'll look it up. Original Jabba the Hutt.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Anyway, it's just like a fat guy.
Oh,
there he is. So that's the scene.
Oh. He definitely looks like Jabba the Hutt a little bit.
And then basically when Harrison Ford just walks around the back of him, they had to edit it later so that he stepped on him. Which doesn't make sense, by the way.
It's so weird, though, that he would think now when Disney Plus arrives that he needs to change it again. Like, what the fuck? He's got so much backlash over this as well.
Yeah. Where in Jabba's palace in the 3rd movie does it give you the 6th movie, 3rd movie? Does it give you the impression that he just goes around talking to people? You know?
Yeah.
Jabba's palace looks like he sits there and that's all he does.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, here, since we're talking about Disney Plus, surprise, surprise, it was a humongous success. So much so that people like Disney weren't even prepared for the amount of success.
Yeah.
10 million subscribers one day.
Crazy. Best opening for a streaming service, right?
I'd imagine so. I never even seen that. You'd imagine that. They were, yeah, definitely. So, we've already gone over how Europe don't have it.
Yeah.
So the Netherlands or Norway? Is it Norway?
Norway.
Norway have it. Canada has it.
Mm-hmm.
And
the
America
US,
has it.
That's it.
So no South America.
No.
Most of Europe, like 95% of Europe, Russia. I assume China's not getting it.
No.
Because they can't have nice things.
No.
So, 10 million subscribers in one day.
Yeah.
With all so much of the world not getting it.
It's crazy.
It's scary. And it also scared Disney's servers because people were having such a hard time downloading the app.
A lot of problems with the app at the moment. And it's inspired Disney so much that they made Mandalorian Season 2 already happen.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. And not only that, Netflix did a similar thing where The Witcher 2 has already been greenlit. Witcher Season 2.
It doesn't come out for another month.
I know.
It's amazing.
I can't wait to see that. I love the Witcher series.
Is it good? Yeah.
So good, yeah.
I had a feeling you'd know about that. I'm not much of a gamer. It looks like they put some money into it.
It's based on books, which then got made into the games, and the games kind of popularized the books a lot.
Oh, I didn't realize it came from a book. I always thought it was the original.
I think they're Norwegian. I think the books, or they're from I can't remember exactly, but they're like really popular there. And then the game developers got into the Witcher thing, and then Witcher 2 and especially Witcher 3, which is the big game, is kind of like popularized the books.
Right.
So this one, like I've played the games. I'm playing Witcher 3 again now because it's an amazing game. It's just breathtaking, everything you can do in it. But they're so good. And when I was watching the second trailer more so,
yeah,
the books are really good and the games are really good at giving Geralt, who's the lead character, distinctions.
Henry Cavill,
who looks great as Geralt. And you can tell less scarred up, which is a big thing as a Witcher. Like he's covered in scars in his whole thing, so you see that it's a younger version of him. And his fighting style is exactly like there is a set fighting style in the way the Witchers move, and they kind of do it in the game. And when I was watching the fight scenes, I was like, "Oh, that's how Geralt moves," which was really cool because they nailed it.
That's really cool. I think that when they renewed it for a second season, this happens a lot where they have a really big actor on the line, so they want to make sure. They did this with, what's the one with John Krasinski? Not Jack Reacher,
Ryan.
Jack Ryan.
Yeah.
They did the same thing where they renewed it for season 2 before season 1 even came out, and I think it's to keep that actor interested and signed up, so their schedule doesn't get in the way, so there's no scheduling conflict.
Yeah.
So it's not like, when Henry Cavill's off to make Justice League 2 was Zack Snyder, because that's about to happen. So instead,
please God, no.
Yeah, I know. So I always think they're trying to keep them back, like keep them on the line, because like, what a get! Yeah. They just got Superman.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill. He just came from Mission Impossible Fallout, which was the biggest Mission Impossible so far.
We spent a long time talking about Mission Impossible before this, as usual.
Mostly talking about Rebecca Ferguson's legs.
Mainly, yeah. She's just so goddamn beautiful in those movies. Everything she's in. And we were like, I had never seen her before. She's in Mission Impossible. It's like, I watch out for movies she's in because I like her so much. Time.
Actually, just because we were on Netflix, Beverly Hills Cop 2?
Yeah, 4.
Beverly Hills Cop 4.
4 with the director from Dolomite, right?
No, that's coming to America 2.
Oh, that's coming to America too.
It's coming to America. I think that's how they're saying it. Like 2 being.
I get it. I follow.
The number. But anyway, yeah. So now that's confirming obviously they want to stay in the Eddie Murphy game.
Yeah.
They want to stay in business with Eddie Murphy.
He seems to like after Dolomite now. It looks like he kind of wants to get back into acting again.
Yeah,
maybe. Yeah. I mean, Dolomite, is it successful? Like, what are the reviews like for that movie?
Really good.
Yeah?
I don't like that they're saying it's Oscar-worthy, because it's not.
I don't think it is either.
And I really like the movie.
Me too.
I'm not, like, downplaying the movie quality-wise. It's just, I don't think the contents of the movie warrants an Oscar performance.
Yeah, me neither. It's a cool movie.
It is cool.
I really enjoyed all the performances in it.
Knowing nothing about the character helped me as well, because I was like, this is such a fun story that I know nothing about.
Yeah, it's such a strange thing that people are saying that it's Oscar worthy. The only person I would say is Oscar worthy is the female lead. I think her performance throughout it is exceptionally good.
Oh yeah, the kind of the large woman.
I don't know what her name is.
I don't know her name either.
She's like, is it like Queen Bitch or something like that?
In the movie,
doesn't she have some like stage name like that?
Yeah, she has something like that.
Yeah,
I can't remember. It was nice to see Wesley Snipes not be hateable.
He was hilarious in this movie. He was
really good. See what you get when you pay your taxes?
Yeah, he was so good. What movie was he? He was directed by... What's the movie that his character was in that is the reason they hired him as an actor? He plays like a doorman in like the Poltergeist. Is that it?
Is it?
I think so. I can't remember. I'm going to look up the actress's name anyway.
But that's saying a lot. Wesley Snipes was really good and very likable.
Yeah. Keegan-Michael Key, if anything, was not very good, I thought. I
liked him.
It was kind of an out of character kind of...
It's a role that didn't play into his strengths.
No, it really didn't.
But then again, like that's probably what excited him as well, is trying something new.
The actress's
Shame on you for trying something new.
Shame. The actress's name is Divine Joy Randolph. And she played Lady Reed.
I was about to say that. That was on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, I thought her performance was the best in the movie. Eddie Murphy's great.
Eddie Murphy is great.
And
it's fun to see him be great again, isn't it?
Totally. It puts a smile on my face.
And a half, I'd say.
Even when he's like... Even at the beginning, when he's not being successful or everything like that, it was nice seeing Eddie Murphy,
It's nice to see him in a quality movie.
Yeah.
Which I just thought he was against at this point,
Me too. But I don't think it's Oscar worthy.
Not at all.
No.
And that's not a bad thing on the movie. Like it's not that type of movie.
No.
I just don't think it's that type of movie. It's almost too humorous.
Yeah.
And too joyful. Like, I mean, like all the Oscars, they're washed in misery. They really are, aren't they? Like best actor.
Be.
Like we're talking about Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
I mean, like, can you get a more sadder?
That's true.
Character. Yeah. Like all the Oscar performances are washed in misery, especially if it's they love anything to do with anti-Semitism. I mean, like that's your
Black Klansman.
Moonlight.
That one.
The Reader.
The Reader. Yeah.
Kate Winslet,
and man, I was into her in that movie.
I was into her too.
Yeah.
She had a bit of the old Jungle Bush going on as well.
She gets her tits out and everything.
She loves it.
She does. She loves it.
She actually hates it, doesn't she? I think she said it a few times. She
said,
doesn't seem like a nice person. I'm just going to say that.
Really?
I don't know.
Have you ever seen Seth MacFarlane's opening song at the Oscars?
Is she one of the ones that's like...
We saw your boobs. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah. But like he's obviously cleared that with them before.
Yeah,
so.
I can imagine so.
Yeah, but like when he gets to her, he just lists off like 10 movies.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Jennifer Lawrence is kind of becoming like that, and I'm glad.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, well, right. Let's go back to Disney Plus because we're running overtime here. Disney Plus, 10 million subscribers one day. Hello money. They fucked up The Simpsons.
They did. They
didn't
messed
get
up
everything
the Simpsons. They didn't get the aspect ratio? Did you say?
Yeah, they got the aspect ratio wrong. That visual gags don't work. Loads of them don't work.
It's crazy.
So cropped. It's so cropped that even sometimes some of their faces are stretched. It's really weird.
One of the big appeals of like this Disney Fox merger and everything is that when they release Disney Plus, people were going to be able to binge every episode of The Simpsons.
First time ever that it was exclusive to one streaming site. And 30 seasons.
And they fucked it.
And there's loads of cool, like, there's loads of good images of where, say, there's one great one where they're in a Duff factory and they have like Duff, normal Duff, Duff Light, Duff Dry.
I know, and it's all the same.
It's all the same.
Yeah.
You can't see it's coming from the same pipe. You
That's
can't
such
see
a good
that.
visual gag.
It's just one pipe that goes into 3 separate containers. You don't see it. So all you see is the 3, I don't know what you'd call them, like,
barrels.
They're kind of like barrels
containers
or
mixers or whatever. Yeah,
but you just don't see the pipe being one. And there's a few little things like that where there's no joke there. It's weird.
That's so annoying.
Yeah, such a big thing to get wrong. The
I know.
Simpsons was huge.
I know,
like a huge get.
How does anyone watch that and go, "Oh, it's fine"? You know, how does that pass?
Surely they just did one episode where it worked.
Yeah,
and then just implemented it to all of them. I'm guessing.
I mean, by the time we get Disney Plus, it'll be fixed, which is good. And I'm just going to binge all the seasons of The Simpsons that I like.
Yeah,
that's
a good way to do it. It's
going to be nice.
Yeah. It's too much.
Yeah, but there's been some movies that are on this platform that are getting a cult following. Like this movie I've been hearing about or seeing tweets about called Mr. Boogedy, and it's like a 45-minute made-for-TV movie, and apparently people are just watching it because it's terrible, it's kooky, it makes no sense, and they want to confuse Disney's algorithm.
I love it. They're like trolling Disney.
Yeah, they want so many people to watch it. The aim is to get a Mr. Boogedy 2.
That's so good. I love that.
Yeah, it's internet at its peak. It's
now,
like,
could we all do that for Daredevil on Netflix? Please?
Yeah, please. But it's like that something like that is such peak internet. It's like when the guy put up, hey, did you ever seen this where he put up this poll and he was like, hey, listen, submit ideas because I bought a boat and I want a name for it. So he was like, just submit ideas here.
Awesome.
Submit ideas here, and whichever one gets the most votes after this amount of time, we'll name it. The one that got the most votes was Bodie McBoatface.
Perfect.
That's what he named the boat.
Everyone's seen the worst name and go, everyone vote for that. Perfect.
Bodie McBoatface, and that's what he made his boat, and I love that.
Yeah.
Stuff like that is peak internet, and it's just so good.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we need to say?
One other thing about Disney Plus that just tickles me is that some of the old cartoons are a little racist.
Yeah.
And there's actually a disclaimer at the start. Now, I actually think this is a great thing that they decided to do a disclaimer rather than
edit it.
Re-edit it.
Yeah.
Now, if George Lucas got his hands on that, what can we do? Let's flip it. But yeah, so it comes. It says outdated cultural depictions.
Oh.
That's how they put it.
Yeah.
Which, I actually think it's a good thing that they did that rather than re-edit it, because you would think Disney, being Disney, they would have actually just re-edit the whole thing.
Or just not put it on there.
Yeah, or not put it on there, but I think there's a lot of movies.
There is.
Yeah, the vaults are just full of these.
Yeah, which is hilarious. But
this program is presented as originally created. It may contain outdated cultural depictions.
I love it. It's
turn back now.
It's I'm glad they didn't edit it or take those things out.
So they fuck up The Simpsons.
Yeah.
But they don't mess with the old original Mouse House.
Yeah, it's so funny that people will go back and be like, hey, this cartoon in the 1950s, it was kind of racist.
I'm retroactively...
I'm really annoyed that Disney let them get away with it.
I'm triggered by this 1940s movie.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, that was the time. You know, we all know it's racist.
Yeah.
If
you want to go worse, go a bit further back.
Yeah, exactly.
It's even worse than there.
Yeah, there's like some truly racist cartoons that existed that are so bad. There's one cartoon where Donald Duck joins the Nazis. That's a whole like.
It's a good career. It's a good career.
Yeah.
Good pension plan.
Well, if you make it that far.
Yeah, I know.
But like, there's so much of this history, and when people go back and they get retroactively annoyed about it, it always like it triggers me.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, yeah, we know it was like that.
You're getting triggered by the triggered.
You gotta you have to appreciate that was the times. Going back and changing it or getting angry at it is not the way to go.
No,
it's to show people.
Who's going to watch it when it's changed as well?
Yeah, exactly.
Who wants to watch it?
Yeah, who's like, hey,
except for the guy who got it changed.
Yeah, he's going to sit there and be like, I'm satisfied now.
That's all me.
Yeah. Like the racist characters in Lady and the Tramp, the two Siamese cats that are like outdated, like Chinese stereotypes. And it's like, like you can watch that movie and you'd be like, oh my God, that did not age well at all. That is so outdated. But it's a sign of the times, and I don't know. No one should ever go back and change history. And
do you know what's terrible about it is the most triggered person is the really overeducated white person.
Yeah.
You know, who's like, oh, that's horrible to Asians. You're like, fucking sit down and relax.
Take it easy. Take it easy, you theologian, you philosopher. Take it easy.
Yeah. So this is good news.
And obviously this is far better than attempting to re-edit. Oh, yes. So Song of the South is on it. Song of the South is hailed as the most racist Disney movie.
Is it?
Yeah.
And I've never seen it.
I've always wanted to watch it.
Yeah.
I always wanted to watch it because people are like, oh, it's so racist, and I'm like, I just want to see what that is.
Yeah,
you know?
and it's a stamp in time. You know, it's interesting to see how backwards it was at that time.
Totally. So when I get Disney Plus, I will be watching Song of the South.
I say a lot of people will.
Yeah.
Not to agree with it or anything like that. Just out of interest to be like, wow.
It's super interesting.
Wow, look how wrong the Mouse House was back then.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's a moment in time. It's history. It happened.
Yeah.
You know.
You have to appreciate history.
Yeah.
You know. The whole point of history is so that we learn and we don't repeat those mistakes.
Yeah.
So going back and re-editing them.
Let's change history.
Yeah. Going back and re-editing them removes the mistakes. Yeah. It doesn't change them.
The hollow what?
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, that's such a far right thing. It's like, what you gonna do next? Make the Holocaust not happen? You're taking our Siamese cats out of Lady and the Tramp. Next thing, we're gonna have no Holocaust. Is that what you're saying? It's shit like that. But you get the idea, you know?
Yeah.
Editing history is never a good idea.
Yeah, big time.
Understanding that it's wrong is a much better idea.
Yeah. I love how we went from Sonic to this deep appreciation.
That's what you get with
for the Holocaust.
That's what you get. That's what you get from Straight to Series, ladies and gentlemen.
Please don't use that as a quote, by the way.
Please don't.
Out of context,
my God.
Even in context, that's bad. I apologize.
Two things that I'm going to quickly rattle off that are left in news.
Yes, please.
The Rock tweeted, Instagrammed about being Black Adam now.
It's happening.
It's happening. 2021 date, everything.
December.
Yeah, I actually saw that on Instagram before I read it in a news article. I was scrolling through and I actually read the whole post.
Oh, yeah?
It was really cool. I was like, oh my God.
Is it a big spiel? Like,
he's a huge spiel. He talks about when he was a kid, his favorite hero was Superman. And he realized as he got older, he could never be Superman. And then he saw Black Adam and he's like, oh, here's a character who resonates more with who I am. And he goes into this whole thing.
Do you think he's going to be an anti-hero?
I
want him to be a bad guy. I want to see The Rock because he's so physically imposing and we never see him as a bad guy. Give it to us.
The appeal of Black Adam is that he will do anything to protect his people. So his intentions are not inherently wrong.
Yes.
For like he was a slave who was given magical power by
you
Shazam.
actually spoke about this before on the podcast.
He was a slave who was given magical powers by Shazam because the wizard Shazam was like, I'm going to give it to this slave and he's going to he's someone who will do good, and he got those powers and he obliterated all the slavers. He destroyed all the slavers and freed his people. So he did something good, but he massacred people for it.
Sounds very much like Khaleesi's story.
Yeah, exactly.
In Game of Thrones, where she thinks she's doing right, but then she just goes a few steps further, and you're like, oh, I'm doing right, but you know.
Black Adam doesn't see nuance to things. You know? So I hope they go in that direction. Don't try and make me like him too much.
Yeah, I don't want that as well.
Yeah, I already like The Rock.
I want to see the bad guy as a bad guy.
I already like The Rock, you know?
He was a great heel in WWE, and he was extremely likable.
Totally.
Being a bad guy.
Totally.
So let's see it. I want to see it.
I mean,
and Joker. Maybe Joker will have a little bit of a side effect where it's like, hey, look, you don't need to make him super likable.
No, just make it interesting.
Just write a good goddamn story.
Yeah, that's all we need.
And we'll show up.
Yeah. So that was something I want to rock off. Clearly, we're both excited about that.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear about kind of behind the scenes set and everything. See what direction they're going with.
Yeah, and the director, he just worked with The Rock.
Yeah.
On that Emily Blunt movie, Jungle Cruise. Yeah. So they obviously have a bit of a rapport.
Mm-hmm. And it seems like it's Black Adam is a real Rock project. So
yeah.
He wants to do it. He's going to do it.
He's a producer.
Yeah. So
he's on the creative floor.
I'm excited about that.
Me too.
I hope he gives it. He doesn't try and make himself the good guy. I'd really like to see that.
And
you know,
I think they will.
Yeah.
You know, I can foresee it already.
I have faith. You know,
for you.
He shouldn't. Yeah, I know. He shouldn't feel the need to, like, Black Adam is a nuanced character. Make him nuanced.
Yeah.
You know, don't make it. You know, black and white. Yeah. You know. Anyway, Brooklyn Nine-Nine renewed for season 8.
Woo!
Very exciting.
Great.
We all love Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah.
Now, we're running so late. Quick hunk and skunk. Sonic hunk.
Let's give a hunk. Yeah.
Hunk to Sonic. Skunk
to
Scoob.
Do you know what? Scoob, or to all the people that went to see Midway.
Yeah, all the people who saw Midway, you're the skunks this week for not going to see.
Shame.
For not going to see Dr. Sleep.
Shame on you.
That is the largest group of skunks we've ever done.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you all deserve it.
Look in the mirror.
Look in the
yeah, skunk.
Have a good look at yourself if you saw Midway. Okay.
Yeah, skunk.
What do you stand for in life?
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to Straight to Series.
Thank you. Like and subscribe.
Please check it out.
You don't want to miss all this goodness.
No, you don't. We promise these episodes aren't always this long.
Yes.
But if it's good,
why not?
Why not make it long? And that's the last thing I have to say.
Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.